Welcome, everybody, to the S&T Bank Arena for tonight. Your Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks take on the Mercyhurst Lakers. And it's our great privilege tonight to have the assistant coach, Bob Chetland, on the air with us tonight. Bob, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here, Joe. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we always look forward to seeing Mercyhurst because of our companionship, our friendship with the coaching
Our
staff.
close relationship, Joe.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
And exactly how that game go last time we played, Coach?
Well, let's just call it old school, huh, Joe?
All right, we'll call it old school. I think we broke the single-season penalty record for a history of the ACHA in that game.
You might have a point there, Joe.
It was a little contentious. You wonder why that would be because, we're friends.
Of course.
Can't control everything, Bob.
Well, you know how the story goes, Joe. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So how was your holidays? Catch up.
It was really good. It was really good. Actually, Coach McKinnon, Tom McKinnon, sent me out to Las Vegas.
Wow.
We don't want to remember we're live. That's I got. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, you know how it goes.
You're
Joe.
hoping that
That's
way, yeah.
Right. So just there was a showcase, a USPHL showcase, premier showcase. So
nice.
Got a chance to take a look at a few players, maybe snag one or two.
There you go. Where'd you stay at out there?
Actually, it was in Henderson. So I stayed at, I think it was a Holiday Inn, something like that, chain hotel.
How was the weather?
It was fantastic. Went from 3 feet of snow to 70 degrees.
Yeah, that's
sunny.
Not fair. It's hard to get back on the bird to come back, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
you can
absolutely.
say that, Joe.
Let's talk a little bit about your program.
Sure.
You guys have been, in the ACHA for a long time. We always like coming to play you guys. You always treat us with respect
and likewise, Joe.
Yes,
likewise.
We appreciate
that.
So
we appreciate you.
Give the fans a little bit about your season and what you guys are looking to do here.
Well, the season's been a challenging one, Joe. We lost several players last year to graduation. So, I'm sure challenges that that you and Dom encounter trying to restock the lineup, and it's an ongoing process. So we've got some young players. We're going through some growing pains, but as you know, that's part of the process sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. The beautiful thing about your situation is you guys got a tremendous Class A university, and the facilities are awesome too. So. We look forward to coming up there all the time.
And
for sure.
Joe, we despite the intensity of our rivalry, we always look forward to hosting IUP. IUP is a class operation.
Yeah, we appreciate you saying that. So tell us about your hockey background. How long have you been at it? A little bit.
Oh boy. So I started playing when I was 6 years old.
10 years ago, right?
Yeah, about that, Joe. About that. So that was. Not to date myself, that was 1966. Actually,
you were born in 1960.
That's how, sir.
So was I.
Is that right?
What's your birthday?
February 11th.
Hey, you're much older than I am.
So you tell I'm the senior citizen
yeah,
today?
Much so.
Okay.
Much more, by at least 11 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
My uncle was actually a professional hockey player. Played for a team called the Pittsburgh Knights.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember the Knights or not, but when the Hornets, the Pittsburgh Hornets were the farm team of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Pittsburgh Knights would often provide players for the Hornets when circumstances dictated. So he got me involved in the game. Played my collegiate hockey at Northwestern University.
Okay.
I've been an on-ice hockey official since the age of 12. So
one of those guys.
One of those guys.
All right.
And then I've been in coaching for more than 30 years, and actually really grateful to Tom McKinnon because Tom gave me a chance to coach in the collegiate ranks, and I've gone through U8 to 18U AAA. Never had a chance to coach in the collegiate ranks, so really grateful, Joe, for the opportunity to coach young men. And influence young men beyond the game itself, beyond what happens on the ice.
That's how we look at it.
Absolutely,
well. Yeah,
absolutely. So, I feel very fortunate that I've been able to participate in all three aspects of the game. Playing, officiating, and coaching. So, very great. The game has given so much to me, Joe. It's really shaped who I am. So
it keeps you and I looking good and young. Yeah,
Yeah, well, this didn't happen by accident.
No, no. There's a lot of wisdom came with all that, right?
From spitting some chiclets.
Yeah, exactly. So, how's everything else going with the team? You got enough kids, and what you have one program, one team.
Well, we have two. We have a D1 and a D2 team. We also have a women's team as well. We actually have 5 teams if you include the NC2A D1 men's and women's teams. So.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's going to help you as well.
No doubt.
I just look at Mercyhurst as, like I said, it's a great university. My goodness, you're going for an education. You can't do much better than that.
To add to that, I actually I have 2 roles at Mercyhurst because
I saw that.
I'm also the exercise science program director. So
there you go.
So and I'm also our academic advisor. Making sure that our kids have reasonable grade point averages so they're eligible to play. But the vast majority of our players, Joe, are they're pretty intelligent. They do well in school. Which we're very proud of them.
They don't let just anybody into Mercyhurst. In fact, they don't like to even let me on the property when I come up there, Bob. Right?
Well, we certainly welcome you, Joe.
Well,
we certainly welcome you.
That's good to know. It's nice to be wanted by somebody, right? Especially at this stage of our game. Well, listen, I want to wrap it up with saying we appreciate you coming on the show tonight with us, and we wish you all the best of luck, except for tonight, of course.
Of course, and the feeling's mutual.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Bob. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Joe. Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good evening and welcome back to IUP Crimson Hawks hockey. Finally back at S&T Bank Arena. And of course, the players on tap, obviously it's going to be against Mercyhurst. We know their recent history earlier in the season. It was pretty fierce between the two of them, so should be a pretty entertaining game on the evening.
Yeah, Alex, you know, to put it lightly here, I'll start out and say these two teams really do not like each other, so we're in for a good game tonight. Like you said, back at the bank for the first time of the semester. Got our first line out there for the Hawks, Matthew Loza, Shane Miller, Hunter Fairman, and the defenseman Zach Soy and Kyle Ziemba.
And their opposition defending the left side of the screen at first. They are wearing the Road Navy jerseys, Lakers are. On the far boards, the Crimson Hawks already getting aggressive in the offensive zone, forcing a turnover, and now it's Hunter Fairman from the neutral zone who send it in. A point leader in the defenseman category for this IUP team, and with passes like those, it's not hard to imagine why. Now it's then all the way back this way. And up the far side, off of Miller, and dumped in from the blue line, so the Crimson Hawks already with some pressure given up in the defensive zone on their first line change.
And we saw Shane Paremba tested for the first time of the night. Of course, the man between the pipes for the Hawks. And he has been off to a stellar start and I guess middle of the season. I guess that's where we're at so far, but he's doing great. You know, in the Crimson Hawks uniform, 7-2 in 10 games. Boasting a .245 goals against average, right around .930 save percentage. So certainly has been the backbone for this Crimson Hawks defense. It looks to do the same here tonight.
Off the boards and gloved down by Soy behind the net as he looks up ice. Thought about going this way. Instead, he'll bring it to the far side. His defensive partner Donovan back to Soy. Now the Crimson Hawks trying to start things up, but it stays in. And they finally get it to the neutral zone at least. Sent back in, Paremba with the stop. It was Nathan Gates that got the start last time against the Lakers, so like you said, the stellar Hawks goaltender in net, and he'll get his first taste of this CHMA matchup. Huge hit in the slot as it was a combination of Rarick and Hambling that took his man down. And it stays free.
We saw a great defensive play there. Like you said, it was Maddox, Rarick, and Hambling close that gap and shut down the Lakers' offensive push.
Back to Ziemba. Still monitor his options, send it right up Main Street, and this one will also go for an icing after just about a minute elapsed since the last. That's the second one that the Crimson Hawks looked like they were winning the race on and just got beat by the whistle.
Yeah, we'll see if they can connect on that stretch pass. We've known it's been a key part of their offense so far this season. They're going to look to do a little bit more of the same. Like you said, two teams have faced off already this year. An 11-2 victory for the Hawks. So certainly the offense was pushing then against the Lakers, and they're going to look to do, of course, the same in this matchup.
Sent this way, intercepted by London, who will slam his man against the boards as he lost possession. They're keeping it in at the blue line. Crimson Hawks, they say they checked up, or at least the puck didn't escape, and so they continue to play onside. Eric along the boards with a stick check, eventually finally cleared down by Cameron Glantz. That'll be an icing against the Lakers this time.
And we'll see. Of course, we know a lot of production comes from this Hawks teams down low in front of the goaltender. Of course, trying to get that offensive pattern in the same direction. Shots fired from the point with traffic in front, of course. And certainly this is the line to do it. Chase Malloy, Jeffrey Boker, and Jordan Adams. We know they can create a lot of opportunities.
Really scrappy line out there, especially with Boker down the middle, and you have Malloy along the left wing. Of course, Adams always there to dunk it home. He seemingly always finds the right spot to be on the ice as he makes a play there in the neutral zone to get it loose. It's Sela struggling to keep up with the puck. So Lakers have come out in very tight formation to start this game. Huge hit there. And sending his man into the boards was Barry. Now the turnover sent into the middle, a nice backhand pass, but unable to finish it. Moving down low was Mariner.
We saw a really great play there by Evan Sela. Of course, He was tied up down low, did not give up on the play, got back involved and shut down that opportunity.
Boker didn't give up on that play either as he jarred it loose. Now, of course, the net is off, so if the Crimson Hawks get offensive possession or any possession at that, a whistle will be called, and that it will. And of course, there you see another man-to-man battle where the Crimson Hawks, given the open ice, are starting to really pull away from the opposition.
Yeah, it's been the story so far for the Hawks is winning those 50-50 battles, and we see that's brought a lot of success so far. Of course, the man centering this group here, Caleb Hoffman, huge ambassador in the 50-50 puck battles. Back from injury, he was out with a concussion against the Oswego State Lakers. Back on the ice tonight against the Mercyhurst Lakers.
It feels good to be back for him, too. Of course, his presence was certainly missed by the Crimson Hawks on their last road trip, but he returns to the lineup. Join a line that is really bent on getting those quick shots off from the faceoff. And I said the second line was really a scrappy line. I feel like this line, man, their forechecking is almost unmatched.
Yeah, very gritty and very aggressive, like you said, on the forecheck. And just like that, we see it there and creates a lot of opportunities in the offensive zone, which, of course, Hawks love to do.
Now the clear all the way down somehow made it past the Crimson Hawks defense that was playing aggressive on that last play. Luckily, Paremba with the glove and a whistle. Just about 4 minutes into this game. And the Crimson Hawks returning home for the first time since late last December. Of course, last time they were in this arena was against Villanova, as the visitors from the east side of the state was able to top them twice. So definitely some revenge on the minds of the Crimson Hawks, and against a divisional opponent, this is the best time to start building that momentum.
Yeah, for sure. Feeling a little fire coming back into their home barn. Of course, they got the home crowd backing them here tonight, like you said, trying to walk out of here with a win just tonight as they travel on the road to Duquesne University. They'll play tomorrow night. So just one game at home against the Lakers. But of course, I want to add one more tack to the win column.
Richie Wild with the face-off win. The keen observers on the broadcast saw that it was actually all three members of that line has attempted to take a face-off as Connor Winsky was kicked off, and of course Hoffman had it in the offensive end. And definitely some tired guys out there, as that's another icing and they have to stay out.
Yeah, certainly face-offs are going to be a key component in this game. Spencer Johnson, one of the team leaders in face-off wins, down tonight. So it's going to take the whole rest of the roster, of course, to start winning those face-offs and start an offensive breakout like they're doing here.
Tried to get it to Hoffman, but the Mercyhurst defense standing tall. It was Glantz making that play. And again, he steps up on it, but couldn't keep it in the zone as Winsky gets it into open ice. Hoffman tried to poke it free for himself. And unable to get to the puck. Now it's Shane Miller out here, off of the bench as he moves along the right wing. He's checked, left for Fairman, and now Loza with it. Back to Fairman. Scans his options as he takes contact and gets it to Hambling, and will send one back down for Miller behind the net. And Miller backhander into the slot, sent back to the boards, and Fairman will wrap one this way, intended for Hambling. Couldn't catch up to the puck. It's out of the zone. Ziemba has it in his own end.
First taste of a little bit of offensive zone time for the Hawks. Of course, it starts with that aggressive play from Shane Miller. And is it hard to knock the puck off of him? He was fighting off about 3 Lakers as they enter the zone.
Now Loza enters the zone, trying to get one into the middle. Again to Miller as he centers this line. Fairman back out, back into the middle, I should say. His backhander by Ziemba was blocked in front. Fairman poking it free, and Ziemba will get the puck there. Leaves it for Miller, takes contact, but stays on his feet and stays in the battle, getting it free, but does clear out. And now moving it up ice is Wright. Now onto the wing, back across this way, and off the mark with the pass. And a whistle as Paremba holds on, facing pressure. line comes out here. It's going to be Jace Rearick getting the face-off win, and eventually the Crimson Hawks clear. Now it's Trent London trying to beat the goaltender to the clear. Almost got there. And it's Rearick getting it back to London. And with 14 minutes to play in the period, the Lakers trying to get it up ice. They do. Past the red line, back for Spencer Dixon, or excuse me, Dixon to take that over. And now along the boards, it's London with a tie-up, trying to get it to Rearick. I think it bounced off his skate and away from him into the enemy's possession. As they send it all the way down, wide of the net, Sela takes it behind. No reinforcements here. The boys stay out there. Maddox Rearick along the right wing. Tips it to Jace Rearick on the near side. Makes a move. Gets it to London. All but the finish there on that Crimson Hawks drive.
We saw that nifty play from Trent London, of course, on the blue line. Looked like he was going to take that puck in for himself. Of course, let it go in between his legs for Maddox. And filled in that high slot. Of course, like you said, it was Capozzi that was there to stop the puck.
It was Dixon at the point with another blue line play. It was a hit jarring that puck loose, and since then the Lakers really haven't gotten it up ice. Lloyd takes advantage of it, getting it deep into the zone. Now backhander into the middle, off the mark. Trying to build some momentum on the right wing is Kazan, and he goes down inside the blue line. Lloyd taking that pass from Adams, thought about giving it back. He'll take the shot in the block in front. The man is really sore after getting in front of that one. It's Eberhardt who goes to the bench. Now unable to get the clean shot off, and eventually it was blocked by Donovan and moved up ice. IUP's done a good job at stopping the Lakers' drives at the blue line, but when they get past, they just aren't connecting on those long passes across ice.
Like you said, the Hawks, of course, they pride themselves in their core defensive strength, of course, in the middle of the ice. Like you said, they're struggling on those cross-ice passes. Can only attest, of course, to that core defense.
Now into the opposite corner. This is behind the net. Kyle Ziemba waits for a play to form. Stoker with the pass to find the stick of Malloy. He got the deflection, intended to get it all the way down. And it stays in the neutral zone, and Malloy gets it back. After the bouncing puck, again trying to dump it down, and he's denied at the blue line once more. Bad save by Paremba. And now in the corner, bodies colliding, and a puck cleared all the way down off an IUP stick. It'll be icing just about 8.5 minutes into the first period.
And we saw that entry from the Lakers. Like you said, they're unable to set up in their own zone. That shot from Hanlon off of the pads of Paremba, looking for a big rebound for the man streaking in the slot. Was unable to find it. We know Paremba does a great job of controlling his rebounds. And the score stands.
Winsky with the face-off win as he drove his man off the puck. Very strong play by the centerman. Behind the net, deflects off an IUP stick. Still in the zone, and on the right side of the red line, Sela sends it down. Hoffman stick checking behind the net, not laying up at all as he eventually gets that puck loose. Impressive play by Hoffman, but of course the pass unable to connect.
And just as we mentioned before, Caleb Hoffman very gritty in the offensive zone and impressive on that forecheck, never gives up. Saw it in the corner. Of course, he's looking to do a little bit more on this shift before he heads off. But if it were my guess, I would guess that this is the line that will open up the scoring for the Hawks.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Last time who opened the scoring, it was Spencer Johnston, so really, we don't know tonight. BN was, of course, the Lakers looking to open the scoring in the offensive end. IUP gets possession back, pokes back into the zone, and Dixon will not be able to get it past the blue line. Sent back into the middle, shooting opportunity, but Winsky did a great job at getting his stick in there and breaking up that play. Wild with the tip as it goes into the zone. Played by the goaltender, kept in at the line, sent this way to Loza, almost with an open net by the time he got the puck. A weird angle shot sent on, saved down low. Battle against the boards. Fairman comes away with possession. He's looking for Soy, does outweight the defenseman and gets the pass off, and the cross-ice pass goes through the legs of Loza, and Donovan has it off the boards. Soy fighting to keep it in, and he does. That long reach of his, Loza able to corral the puck, but he couldn't get it to Fairman, who was wide open for that shot.
Yeah, we saw him calling for it on that face-off dot. Like you said, it was a bouncing puck, tough for Loza to control, but he got it there eventually. Puck battle still on the boards.
Miller, oh, he had Soy in open ice. The defender in the lane deflects the pass wide. Miller puts on the brakes with a backhander into the middle. He gets it back off the back of the net. And now to Fairman. Hunter Fairman cycles upward. Move the puck this way, and Loza gets it in the face-off dot, gives it back to Fairman after he gets some separation. After the physical play by Loza, he follows it up with a shot, and the net comes off on the save. Well, the Crimson Hawks finally got some consistent pressure. I feel like the last couple times they've been in the zone, it's found its way out off an awkward pass, but they were really on the money on that last line.
Yeah, they were really connecting tape to tape. Like you said, cycling all the way behind the net. I'm not sure if that drop pass from Hunter Fairman was intentional or not, but it opened up that opportunity for Loza.
Ooh, a
wow.
deflection in front. That can be dangerous, especially from those point shots. Hamblin can certainly bring some power behind it. Now it's Rierick in the high slot with a one-timer. Nice snapshot there to get that off in an awkward position. It sailed over the net, off the boards, it's sent down the ice. Now past the 9-minute mark, remaining in this first period. It deflects into the zone, Glantz has it behind, and Fairman takes down his man. And he's going to head to the box for that injustice. Looks like tripping the call against London. No. Well, we'll wait for the official call either way.
It was a tough fall for the Laker, but it looks like it is London being escorted to the box. He said first penalty of the night. We rewind to the last time these teams matched up. We saw a lot of penalty minutes, 161 penalty minutes to be exact for both teams combined. 14 penalties assessed to the Hawks and 13 assessed to the Lakers. So I think just one being with 8 minutes left in the first. I think we're a little short of that pace so far, but you never know what could happen in the second and third. So that game got a little scrappy, the 11-2 win against the Lakers for the Hawks. But we'll be on the PPC penalty kill for the first time of the night.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, it'll be 4-on-4 hockey. Not sure what the call is officially. We'll wait to hear. 2 minutes assessed to both squads as it's Malloy to the dot here.
So 4-on-4 hockey now. I don't know what the second call was. Josh will keep an ear out for it for us as it's sent to the right wing. Of course, the initial penalty was the trip on London as we get the official call. Ambling along the boards. Got that puck loose and then trying to get back to the clear. It finds its way into the IUP end. 90 seconds remaining, 4-on-4. Josh, what's the call?
So we hear here in the arena, it's going to be Cameron Glantz, 2 minutes for roughing, and Trent London, 2 minutes for tripping. As those are both assessed to their respective squads.
As Malloy gets possession, a beautiful backhand as he was moving this way on the ice. What's your assessment of those penalties dished out?
You know, I'm really not sure. Of course, I saw the trip from Trent London. I did miss the call on Cameron Glantz, but otherwise, of course, the officials know best. So there's 1:15 to go on the penalties assessed to both squads. 4-on-4. The 4 out there for the Hawks: Hunter Fairman, Shane Miller, Sean Donovan, and the captain, Zach Soy.
1:15, 4-on-4. Sent this way and deflected. I think getting a stick on that one was Nicholas Capozzi. And Soy this way as he finds Miller moving up ice. At the face-off dot, elects to take it around the net. His bread and butter as he gets it to Donovan for the one-timer, deflects wide. Fairman directs one in front, and Miller was just off the mark. And the Crimson Hawks have had those cross-ice passes, and once they start connecting,
Hear the whistle blown dead. Yeah, some harsh words from the Mercyhurst bench. I think they'll be too many men, I think, might be the call, as that puck, I believe, clipped off the skate of a Laker. So we're going to see another penalty assessed to Mercyhurst. Bench penalty, too many men.
Dr. Robert Chetland, who joined us for Coach's Corner earlier in the show, pleading his case for his man who was coming off the ice. And I will say his skate was above the puck. It didn't really affect the trajectory of it, but the referees have the eyes on the ice, and the Crimson Hawks head to the PPC power play. They were 2 for 3 on it. Of course, it will start 4 on 3. As Hambling gets it to Ziemba this way, back to Hambling at the point. Now Ziemba with a one-timer, rides up high. I don't know if Capozzi got a piece of it or not. But we play on from the blue line. Hambling back to Ziemba, squares up a shot, gives it to Hambling, it deflects. This time to the right side of the net. Thought it nearly snuck in under the glove. The Lakers defense doing well to stay in the lanes. They get in front of another shot, this time off the stick of Loza. Now it's just Hoffman left to take a shot on this power play, at least on this first unit. 5 seconds left. 4 on 3, excuse me. Both teams will get a man back now as they enter the ice surface. Ziemba with a chop to get it into the zone. Loza catches up to the puck. Of course, the positioning of the bench is a lot more favorable for the Lakers, and that's a huge reason why they're able to interrupt the Crimson Hawks. With a minute left, they get the possession back. It's sent into the slot. London with the shot as he had a screen in front. Wow. Yeah, busy power play.
Very busy. We saw that dangerous opportunity there. Of course, Rierick to London. We saw some of the handles from London. He was dancing in and out of the defenseman for the Lakers. But that first penalty for both teams has expired. Like you said, we're back to typical power play, 4 on 5. A dangerous group out there for the Hawks. Loza, Miller, Malloy, Adams, and Fairman.
Just under a minute, remaining on the PPC power play. It'll be Fairman sending it down and back up to Adams, back to Fairman at the point. Now Miller from the faceoff dot gives it back to Malloy, back to the middle, one-timer, Adams into the breadbasket, and another save. Now with 31 remaining on the man advantage.
And of course, in net, Nicholas Capozzi for the Lakers doing his part. Penalty killing so far, 6 shots on the shot board for the Hawks. He's done his part so far this season for the Lakers. .913 save percentage, and 2 wins in 4 games.
It's poked in at the blue line, but the clear finally makes its way down the ice, and behind the net is Adams, leaving it for Fairman. We'll start things up. That's the legs churning with 10 seconds on the PPC power play. Fairman into the middle for the one-timer. Now Loza with the rebound. And that shot never made its way onto the net. Now Miller back to Fairman. A man coming out of the box now, and Adams with a final deflection to close off an unsuccessful power play. But success isn't always defined by what goals you put on, and I think the coaches have to be happy with that effort.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, a lot of offensive pressure for the Hawks in those, of course, penalty minutes that they were serving. Well, like you said, 8 shots now on the shot board for the Crimson Hawks. Of course, they're starting to feel themselves in the offensive zone. Capozzi has been standing tall so far.
And, of course, the 8 shots that the Hawks have had does not include the deflections that they've had in front. Tons of time. Chetling got his guys in front of the net. He did a good job of assessing the shooting lanes and made the job a little bit easier for Capozzi. Still had to make 8 stops so far in this period. Eric got that one free. Instead, coming away with it is Neeld, and a long pass finds its way past his man. It was Dixon getting it out of the zone. And the referees say it's in. So the offensive pressure still real as the shot comes in. It's saved by Paremba, coming off of the stick of William Neeld. Neeld entering this game with 6 points on the season, 3 goals. As he is in the upper echelon of players on his team in that category. Of course, they just have scoring all down the lineup, and the Lakers are going to win, it's got to be through depth, excuse me. Oh, my days. Send into the opposite corner. It's Boker with possession there. Kneeled back up ice and sends it to the far side. Sail with a nice poke check there. Eventually it comes to the neutral zone and sent down to the IUP end. Sorry for cutting you off there.
No, yeah, all good. Of course, like you said, plenty of depth scores. Oh my gosh, we're having trouble with that word.
Contagious.
Depth scores for the Lakers. Like you said, they're going to need scoring up and down the lineup. Of course, Neal, like you said, 6 points in 14 games, looking to add on to that, along with everybody else on their roster.
Well, looking back to last time these two teams played, of course, the first period was not quiet for long. The Crimson Hawks started off the scoring 24 seconds in. It was tied 5 minutes in, and it wasn't until the final 3 minutes of the period that the Hawks got 2 goals and really separated for the rest of the game. So this is crunch time for the IUP offense to really get it going before the end of the period if they want to stay on schedule like last time they met.
Yeah, like you said, 10 Crimson Hawks scratched the score sheet in that last game. Like, of course, up and down the lineup, they're going to look for a little bit more of that production. Saw a big puck battle right in front of the Lakers bench.
Yeah, you don't normally see the puck move vertically from that, but
not typically. Of course, it was bounced up in the rafters. We're back. You know we're back at the bank when the rafters are in play.
That is very true. Yeah, the boys have been skating without the rafters up there for too long. Of course, it's got to be great for the players to be back in the home arena, finally showing up and not having to get on a bus immediately. And so the Crimson Hawks at home, again, for the first time this calendar year and, of course, this semester. They have a little bit over a month remaining on their schedule in terms of playing time. And most of those games will be divisional, except for the final road trip, Rhode Island. That will be the last weekend of the regular season. Until then, the Hawks fighting within the division, as it is knotted at 0 with 3 minutes to play in the first period. Mercyhurst at IUP.
Like you said, a lot of divisional games coming up. Of course, they're going to need every point they can get. They're scrapping behind currently Kent State, Duquesne, and John Carroll University in the division. Of course, those are all subject to change. All of those teams have played a couple more games than the Hawks, but they're looking for this point tonight that will bump them up just a few spots in the rankings. Of course, they're looking to push their way into those CHMA playoffs and head back to nationals.
And of course, you know, looking at that statistic and games played, those are points left on the board, especially if you're the guys over on the bench. We've heard Coach Glavich and Coach Hanzo talk about it, the frustration behind some of those canceled games that happened last semester, and they're hoping to just get through the rest of the schedule. Again, build some momentum as they churn towards the playoffs. Back into the middle, eventually getting the shot off too at that was, I believe, Hunter Fairman joining the mix. Indeed, as a whistle comes in to put out the fire.
And we saw a great save there by Capozzi, launching himself out of his crease. Sort of a gamble for a goaltender, but of course, jumped on the puck and stopped that heavy offensive push that the Crimson Hawks were applying. There's top line as well for the Hawks still out there, looking to maintain that pressure.
Loza centering this line. Fairman up at the left wing position for this faceoff. That's sent along the far side and all the way down where Hambling will collect for IUP. It was off an IUP stick, so no icing as we enter the final 2 minutes of the period. Loza sends one up for Miller to chase. He goes on the blind side and finds his way around to get possession of the puck, poking it free, and now possession behind the net. Cleared all the way up by the Lakers, and another whistle will stop play.
Like you said, puck back in the rafters. The second line will head out for the Hawks. Jace Rearick, Maddox Rearick, Trent London. They're going to look to pass that baton of offensive pressure that first line applied in those last couple of minutes as they win the draw here.
Yeah, this line can certainly stay out there for the remainder of this period, especially if the puck stays on this end of the ice. These guys out here, they have some humming motors. I mean, you got two speedsters going, one down the middle and Jace Rearick and Maddox Rearick on the right wing. And then Trent London, if he can find some space, he has a cannon that he can unleash from the faceoff dot. It was against Mercyhurst where he really started to break out in the season and notched a few points for himself there. So he's trying to replicate it tonight. In the neutral zone, IUP playing with the puck. Now it's Rierick, this time on the left wing, getting it to the middle. And just an inch off of London's stick, trying to bat down that bouncing puck. Back out to Dixon, sent in, deflected by Rierick. Goes to the right side of the net. Long pass intercepted by Jace Rierick. And London will get the pass off to Maddox on the left wing. Back for Trent London. Lost the puck. Good play, but Rierick with an even better forecheck. Jarred that puck loose in the final minute. Rierick with a backhander this way to Dixon. From the faceoff dot, sent one in, looking for a deflection, or at least some traffic in front. Instead, it was a save, and it goes into the safety netting.
And like you said, of course, no goal was scored there by that line, but a great shift from the three. Applied a lot of pressure. Like you said, Jace Rierick on that forecheck kept it in their zone. They're going to pass the baton back off to this third group now and see if they can maintain that pressure.
Boker in the faceoff dot. Gets it free for Malloy, whose shot goes to the right side of the net. Outside of the outstretched arm of the netminder. Now Cox able to clear it past the red line, but it doesn't get too much further from there. As Glantz has it on the near side. Adams in the area trying to pick off the puck. It's Malloy coming away with possession. Gets it off, and it was a blocker save by Capozzi. Thought he was going to go pass and surprised a couple guys with a shot, but not the goaltender. As this one across the ice intended for Malloy, deflected, really slowing down this drive. 20 seconds remaining in the period, less than at that. As Soy, with glue coverage on his man, he's able to get that puck free and eventually get possession back. Under 10 seconds, sent up, kicked into the zone by Adams. And the Lakers will control possession as the first period draws to a close. So some surprises, no goals after the first period despite 14 shots for both teams combined. Now, stay tuned as we will head to break for just a short moment, and we will be back with one of our first intermission player interviews coming up very shortly. Stay tuned, just a couple minutes. And we welcome you back now to second period hockey live from S&T Bank Arena. For the IUP Crimson Hawks YouTube channel, I'm Alex Donaldson. Alongside me, Josh Yates. And Bree is back on camera with us here at S&T Bank Arena. Getting started for the second period of play. And the Crimson Hawks, like we said, after the first period, we thought that they'd get something on the board. But good counter by the Lakers.
Yeah, like you said, 10 shots for the Hawks in their offensive zone, of course. None have fallen behind the netminder. Capozzi doing a great job defending this offensive push from the Hawks. Going to look to do a little bit more of the same. See that first line out for the Crimson Hawks in Miller, Loza, Fairman, and Soy and Ziemba. Sorry, Soy and Donovan. Defensive pair out there and getting right back to it. Try to get the puck in their own zone and fire some more shots on.
Apologies for the lack of interview during that last intermission. We'll for sure have the final player of the game. Still working out some technical difficulties in getting those in between period interviews with Hunter Fairman moving it up ice. That's it this way to Soy. Definitely anybody on this top line could be eligible for that end of the game, player of the game interview.
Yeah, like you said, we know a lot of scores on that top line. Miller being the top scorer for the squad. Seems to always be in the right place at the right time. Great positioning from the forward there.
And of course, Hambling making a nice defensive play there as he gets to the right spot outside of the blue line. And Miller with possession as he looks up ice. And all the way down, you can see that shot clock in the top right of your screen has not changed since the beginning of this period as we're now a minute in. It's going to be an icing against the Lakers. IUP will get offensive zone possession as the second line trots out there. Similar look from the first period.
And it's going to be Chase Rierick centering this second line of forwards. Of course, we know he's efficient in the faceoff dot whenever he skates into it. Wins that one back there and start the offensive push.
Hambling's shot was blocked. It did find its way in on Capozzi, but a blocker gets it to the glove, and the save stops play. So a small line change for the Lakers ahead of this whistle. As Glantz heads off screen. Hambling inside the blue line, gets it to London, back to Hambling at the point, blocked in front. Another shot block for the boys in blue. Swatted back in for Hambling, so another try here. Now add a minute and a half into this period. Jace Rierick with the puck behind the net, tried to put it up on the stick for that signature Michigan, but unsuccessful. It's sent along the right wing and around for Ziemba. This way the puck comes.
And he sort of tried for that Michigan, like you said, but fumbled it off and looked for that immediate assist right in that low slot. We know he's had the knack for assists so far this season, 22 points in 19 games, majority of those being assists. Of course, we know he can create those opportunities for his teammates.
Yeah, he is quite the playmaker out there. The Crimson Hawks, I want to say their passing this season has really reached a new level. You look at their lineup and you look at the stats that they've put up, and a ton of players have over teens in assists in that category. Of course, headlining that would be Rierick, Fairman, and Miller. But then you look further down the lineup too, you realize how deep the scoring goes for IUP this year. Off the boards, it's Sela settling it for Adams, who looks back up ice. Moving on the right wing, cuts back into the middle, gives it into the slot, and Malloy's shot is blocked by the pad. Now Adams in the corner. IUP already with 2 shots on this drive as they get possession back. Sela to Dixon on the left wing. Sends one into the middle, deflects. Couldn't get a second swipe at it. Sent around the net, and Adams will be the first to it. The backhander, he gets his own rebound back, and the alternate captain tried to wrap one on the backhand for Malloy. Adams with the poke, and Boker gets it free to Malloy for the close shot. It's a blocker save. Normally you see those close shots go on the near side, but on the contrary this time.
It's sort of a weird position that Capozzi was in. Of course, he stopped it regardless. It's all that counts, but like you said, that weird bounce off the blocker. And those squads are going to get a line change. Head back out.
Yeah, full line change. Like you said, both teams with it, and because of that, the drive really stalls out at the red line. A turnover now in the Hawks' end. Winsky with the stick. He'll come away with possession, poking it forward to Hoffman, trying to spring wild, but it was Glantz with the interception. And a nice turnaround there by Hanlon. He lost possession, and Hoffman gets it back off the poke from Winsky. Back to Hoffman, and the pass from Wild, unsuccessful, is blocked. Play with it here. Donovan behind the net, hooks up ice, gets poked along the boards, but still progresses the puck forward. It's a flex up high. And off the ceiling, it will be a whistle. Neutral zone draw.
You saw the great play there by Cameron Glantz, the captain for this Lakers squad. Great two-way player for them as well. 8 points in 18 games, one of the top scorers for the squad. A great job snuffing out that opportunity. Hoffman and Wild had a 2-on-1 look. Of course, it was shut down.
Off the boards, Donovan gets the clear to Hoffman. Hoffman with a nice stick move, tried to double move it back to himself. Instead, it was a shot the other way. Paremba slides over, knocking the net off, and it will be a whistle against the Lakers. We saw that a couple times in the first while the Hawks were on the attack. Now the Lakers have to deal with the net on this end of the ice.
Yeah, it always seems to be this net in particular, especially when we're here at home, but otherwise, you know, Shane Paremba certainly starting to feel his way around this rink. First year as a Crimson Hawk, certainly making his mark.
And he has really been a reliable piece in that goaltending room. Of course, we've been just dumbfounded by his play early on, and of course, joining the Hawks organization, just his first game ended up going all the way to a shootout. So he is definitely somebody who can win those toss-up games. And with this one being scoreless, 4.5 minutes into the second, he is going to be a core part of this team staying at a 0-0 score, at least on his end. Face-off win. It was Hunter Fairman that got to that one, and the contact along the boards by 3 as well. Dumped off, Fairman with possession. He has Ziemba at the point. Hamblin cycling as well. It's Ziemba with the shot, and in the slot, the puck comes loose, and a bouncing puck swatted down by Glantz. You can tell with the two defenders on the ice, Hunter Fairman lining up in the forward position, and he got pretty aggressive on that last faceoff. Well, let's see if the Crimson Hawks trying to get something going in the offensive end, but it's cleared back down. All right, Barry's pass broken up again in the IUP zone. And there's a springing Fairman on the right wing. Fairman trying to make a move on the inside. The defenseman wasn't having any of it. Miller with the backhander. On the forehand, I should say. Gets it to Ziemba. Then a backhander. It's blocked and goes to the corner where Fairman will control. He's hit off the puck, and it's cleared all the way down. It was a Laker who got the clear. And the referees will blow icing. Now they plead their case as Paremba looked like he touched the puck, but it did bounce under. We had a good angle of it over here. It's going to be icing against Mercyhurst.
Yeah, certainly the Lakers still a little confused at the no call there. It did look like Paremba made contact, but he did not. Offensive zone draw for the Hawks.
Now a backhander into the middle, intercepted in a dangerous area and cleared all the way down. Ty Burkett with possession in the Hawks' end. 6 minutes into the period now. Nice move with the skates to create some separation, and Rierick is checked at the blue line. Burkett checked as well. Turn and possession goes over, sent back into the zone. Rierick had it go past him as he wasn't expecting that pass from Dixon. A turnover in the neutral zone doesn't result in much. Cleared all the way back to the Hawks' end. No icing against the Lakers. So no call there. We'll go the Mercyhurst way as it goes around the net. Now Dixon will control again on the left wing. He's bumped off the puck. Puck stays in the zone as the linesman officiates. And Maddox Rearick able to get that puck free. Got it to London, who stays on side. Has Jace Rearick in the middle. And he took the shot. Maddox Rearick with the fan on the second shot attempt. But he gets possession back in the high slot. Blocked in front. Another block shot for the Lakers. Now this way. Dixon, high slot shot. Saved by the goaltender. Puck loose. And it's redirected wide. Boker got a stick on that one, but he couldn't corral it in the low slot.
Great work by Capozzi down low. Lots of traffic, bouncing puck in front. Stayed composed. Saw the puck all the way through.
Soy gives it to the far corner as he tried to find Adams, and he will get him behind the net. Capozzi without a stick right now, the netminder is, for the Lakers. Luckily, they get possession back, and they do clear the zone. Enough for the stick trade. And Soy able to stay on the edge as a defender lost a tire on his way down. The Hawks taking a minute to breathe as they move up ice. Tied up at the red line, sent back in. Sent down to the ice from a hit by Adams, eventually getting back up and getting the shot off is Reed Mariner. Haven't said his name since the first period. He is an offensive force for this Lakers team. He's already gotten in the zone with a couple shots this game.
Yeah, certainly Mariner, a guy that would like to see the offensive pressure pick up a little bit here. 12 remaining in this game. As you said, seems like the first kind of push that the Lakers have had. First draw, it feels like, for the Lakers in their own zone. Hawks are going to win the face-off back and look back up the ice.
Mariners' situation specifically, only 4 games played, and he already has a goal in that time. Like you said, he can be a huge part of the spark in the Lakers' offense if they can get something generated here. Getting into the zone as he gets back to the puck is Cox. He lost it, and the one-timer by Glantz. It was well wide. The glove of Paremba was there to make the stop if it was on target. A dangerous opportunity this way now as Jordan Adams into the zone, puts on the brakes, waits for anybody to join him. Instead, it was a defender making a nice play. It's Cameron Glantz back down the ice, making plays on both ends. Hamling with a backhander to find Ziemba. Picking up ice, wide of the stick of Winsky. It will be an icing against IUP. And finally, a face-off in the other end. It'll be right in front of us. We'll get a good view. Of course, the Crimson Hawks don't want to see any offensive pressure from the Lakers.
Yeah, certainly the Lakers looking to win this draw straight back and get a quick shot on. Certainly the Achilles heel for the Crimson Hawks against the Oswego State Lakers last weekend. A lot of opportunities created right off the draw. We'll see what kind of tactic the Lakers bring out here, but will not apply. So the Hawks win the draw, but the puck ends up in the rafters, so we'll see another draw here in the D zone for the Hawks.
And I think draws had to be a huge focus in practice this week. I mean, we were around the team coming out of Oswego, hearing those conversations, knowing the assessment, knowing the coaches and how they see the game. They know that it can be won or lost in the face-off circle, and the Crimson Hawks come back with a vengeance, trying to get multiple face-off wins. Didn't get possession there, but a good tie-up from the centerman. Did the work. Just over 11 minutes to play in the period. Somehow able to split the D. He gets it to the corner. Slap back around, handling back to control. Possession going over inside the blue line. Ziemba finishes his man in open ice. And a bouncing puck. Ziemba up to the challenge again as he gets the body on his guy. You saw that net came off for a brief moment. Paremba was there to keep play in motion. He knows the transition game the Crimson Hawks can have. If he can do his part in keeping the whistles low on that side of the ice, I think it leaves a lot more for the forwards to work with.
Right, we know Moose is always up for the challenge, pulling that net right back to his back. Did not want the whistle to blow. Like you said, a lot of transitional speed for the Hawks. We saw it back up the other way. See an offensive zone draw here for the Hawks.
You know, often when the puck's in your own end, near a goaltender, you see that come off. It's a little bit of a sigh of relief, but of course, not for the Moose between the pipes. And they're on the other end as well. Now 17 shots for the Crimson Hawks through the past 2 periods. they've really started to connect a little bit more this period. Now up ice, it's sent back down. And Garicic, his pass was intercepted by Miller, batting this down. Leaves it for Burkett, and from the point, sends one down low. Fairman sets up Loza. And was that a 10-bell save right there? Wow.
Fantastic save from Capozzi. Capozzi, like you said, a sweet feed from Fairman down below the net. Loza was unable to find his spot. You said Capozzi definitely keeping the Lakers in this game. 18 shots now notched on the board for the Hawks. Doing his part, just waiting for the forwards and defensemen to apply that pressure back down on the other side of the ice.
And of course, it was the forwards that made that play down low, but it was that laser pass from Ty Burkett at the point, who's able to find his man down low. Of course, Fairman's precision and the assists he has on the season, he is certainly a playmaker when he is in front of the net. It's a great job by the Hawks blue line to feed the forwards. Ty sends one in wide of Paremba. Sailor with possession now. He's bodied along the boards. I think it was actually Mariner that felt that hit a little bit more as the two parties join. You can see Mariner now heading to the bench number 2. Engaged with Evan Sala in that corner. I feel like the hits have started to get a little bit harder here too.
Yeah, they're starting to ramp up a little bit more, like you said, physicality. Both ends starting to feel it. We know Evan Sala has the size and definitely that booming hit that he can pull out of his toolbox, as he did there.
Burkett leaves it for Fairman. Fairman moving right. Gets one man out of his shoes, but it's swatted back in at the red line. And they get back to possession. Holding on to this one is Ty as he gives it to the far side. Now into the middle. Tried to find Ty once more. It was Cox with that feed. It was off the mark. It's sent back down to the Lakers' end. Cleared up by the netminder. Capozzi's come out to play that puck a couple times. Loza with the pass across, trying to find Rarick, who will just bat one back into the zone, while the forwards complete their line change. Donovan got a piece of that puck as it goes into the IUP zone. Soy does well not to touch that puck initially. Waits and gets it to Donovan, who will fire one off the boards, right on the money to find Jace Rarick. He has Maddox in pursuit. He takes a shot, and the blocker saves, stays in the field of play. Now Jace Rarick, there's some space here. Prime scoring opportunity, and it is in and out of the glove of Capozzi. And now the other way. Barry, with a quick shot, down low. Paremba with the save. And Donovan behind the net with a backhander to find London, who makes a move inside with some separation. Gets it forward to Rarick. How did Chase Rarick find that puck as he gets this one to Soy down low below the faceoff dot?
We know Rarick has that impressive footwork. Showed it off a little bit more there on the blue line. Kept the puck on sides. Of course, they're looking to do a little bit more. There's some of that skating we know Eric Hambling has as well. Both using, everybody using all of their tools. And they try and crack the score here.
Adams there poking that free. It was actually Boker that got the pass out to the point. Hambling shot blocked in front by a kneeling Laker. Now Hambling back as it goes down low to Malloy. Back out in front and looking for the high slot one-timer from Adams. He can certainly bring the heat on that. Now Hambling brings it into the slot himself as he follows the puck to the corner. His shot was blocked, and Adams sends one in. It's blocked by an IUP forward. Boker with the rebound, backhand attempt, also saved and sent to the corner. The Crimson Hawks surpass 20 shots on the evening, sitting at 21. Well, the pass was intercepted by Ziemba. The Lakers thought they had a mismatch down ice. The Crimson Hawks with possession. Ziemba, they got the puck up on the stick. But we didn't get the finish on that Michigan attempt. No, I think the more you attempt it, the more you can fool defenses into committing for it. As this one sent back in on Paremba, he has to be up to the challenge on the left wing. There's a pad save. And Malloy sees it into the zone. Gets around one man, and the forwards will head back off on a line change. Like I was saying, with the Michigan attempts, I think Again, the more you go to it, the more defenses might sell out for the shot and leave passing lanes open. It could be something that we see the Crimson Hawks use, as they've already established a trend this game. Blocked in front of the official. Sent up ice. Into the zone. Taking the shot blocked as it goes out of zone, or out of play as he entered the zone. Kazan shot blocked.
And certainly the Michigan play a shot that you see a lot more often in today's hockey, and certainly a tactic that coaching staff and a modern coaching staff can utilize in their offense. Like you said, opening up lanes. We even see defensemen behind the net taking it now, like Kyle Ziemba. You know, he's got that ability to score. Of course, he's trying to show it off for us behind the net.
Hoffman splitting the D, driving to the net and got a backhander off. Capozzi with the save and received a ton of snow for the effort. As it's poked free along the boards, Hoffman takes the hit, bounces off, got it to Winsky. Now Wild on the quick shot on the near side, rebound loose. Wild gets it back, and he missed a virtually wide open net. 5.5 to go in the period as they enter the zone. The shot's blocked into the corner, and the play will stop there. And Caleb Hoffman, he's pressed along the boards. Soy with a poke check to get that puck free. Now Wild taking it from Hoffman, looking up ice. Doesn't see any options. Sees the line ready to go, and the Hawks' top line out there. Fairman causing problems there behind the net with the stick. And that huge reach is, again, certainly a long asset on this team. Donovan now getting that puck up ice. The forwards are moving this way. Couldn't reverse the momentum, and now the Lakers almost winning a race to the puck. Really trying to get that one was Trokey. But Soy out there first, and the referees agree. Puck all the way down the ice, un-icing against the Lakers.
And we see Chris Trokey shaking his head as he heads back down the other side of the ice. Like you said, the foot race down to beat the icing. Of course, the tall defenseman Zach Soy beat the stride there, and we'll see the draw. Hawks win it, back into the ozone.
Shot deflects wide. Fairman gets back to the puck and sends one wide to the left of the net that time. Gambling in his own end, finds Fairman cycling back, and he'll give it to Miller. Stepping up, not a lot of time. He gets the shot off. And it's way to the net. Fairman keeps possession, ends up wiping out after the play. Still got a good scoring opportunity as he tried to catch the goaltender on the lateral movement.
It feels like Fairman is just right there with those scoring opportunities he's created. And of course, been on the end of a lot of those opportunities so far for the Hawks tonight. You know, he's got that scoring ability. He's going to do a little bit more.
So on that last play, the reinforcements from the Lakers coming on just in time to stop the Hawks' drive up ice. And now back into the zone. Some danger here by Mariner. He's poked. Great defensive play to get rid of that danger. Ziemba with a long pass, looking forward, now along the boards. A puck battle, sent back into the IUP zone. Now Hambling with possession. He'll drop it for Ziemba behind the net. He looks forwards. The forwards actually getting off ice, and a line change. Trent London, fresh off the bench, taking it up ice and gets a backhander on. It's blockered away.
You know, Trent London can turn the Jets on.
And he will again here. Sends one into the middle this time. It was Maddox Rearick's shot. It went wide. The rebound loose at the side of the net. Now in the slot. London did well to find that puck. Get it free to an IUP jersey. Now he corrals a bouncing puck and somehow got it to Chase Rearick on his way down to the ice. Burkett trying for a shot in front as well. Some pushing and shoving there. It's cleared all the way down. The referee in the area, making sure that they separate. Nothing else to say. Long stretch pass, able to find Trent London here. Off the stick of Paremba. Trying to catch him off guard. Now this way, play coming. Shot blocked by Soy as he was in great position to get in front of that shot. And now Malloy taking that beautiful pass into the zone. the opposite corner. Couldn't corral the bouncing puck. Now on the backhand, forehand gets it to Adams for the shot. Blocked in the slot as well. And the Lakers clear once more. This won't be an icing. And with 2 minutes remaining in the second period, this one still a 0-0 game. The Crimson Hawks have given their best efforts to change that. That shot department looking 23-7.
The last couple minutes, a lot of neutral zone hockey. Of course, Hawks looking to find that offensive stride that they applied in the first, and of course the first couple minutes of this period as well. Just unable to do so.
A minute and a half to go in the second period. Donovan with a chip to get it along the boards. That's cleared out to the neutral zone. Now back down. Paremba will control behind the net. Leaves it for Donovan. Now Adams moves it up ice. Jordan Adams did well to split the D. Holds possession, takes the shot, and a save by Capozzi. He hasn't had too many of those one-on-one chances, but as the score would suggest, Capozzi's been up to the challenge on plenty of Hawks moves.
Yeah, like you said, we know Jordan Adams has that knack for scoring down low, those greasy goals. As he was trying to go coast to coast, Malloy dished off that pass to the blue line to keep his momentum. He had one-on-one, but Capozzi stood tall, 24-7. Now the shot counter sits. A lot of pressure for the Hawks. Looking to do some more.
Now to Ziemba, whose shot rides up high. Block after the face-off shot. The Crimson Hawks have also gotten a little bit more jumpy on the face-offs, and they are really starting to get some quick shots off, which you like to see that, especially down the stretch. We enter the final parts of the season. Pretty exciting playoff race ahead of the Hawks as well. Of course, culminating in playoffs at the end of the month. Fairman's shot was blocked. Miller follows it to the corner. He stays on the puck. Now off the boards. Taking it, moving it immediately up ice is Neild. It's a flex, and Barry will control. With a backhander, tried to find Neild once more. Instead, it's Loza finding that loose puck. Neild keeps it in. Send it to Barry in the corner. And Ziemba getting back to the puck. Hawks doing a great job at assessing the play in their own end and moving it up ice. Huge reason why their offensive output has been there in the shot department. Another one there. That time is Fairman on the right wing who was denied. Now back into the zone. Miller finds Hambling at the point. High shot rides into the logo. And another glove save. Hawks now 26 shots on the evening.
6 seconds to go in the period. Like you said, we saw that lofted shot from Hambling at the point. He's looking for his forwards down low for a tip. Unable to get it. Looks like it's going to be the third line for the Hawks that are going to, it's a mix of 3 and 2. Jeffrey Boker, Chase Rarick, and Trent Leonard are going to kill off the last 6 seconds of the period. We are going to head into the third, still knotted up at 0.
Of course, ending with a face-off there as this period just didn't really sway either way. There was certainly a lot more pressure on the Crimson Hawks' end. They have had no dice in converting on those. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the third and final frame of regulation. Again, in 15 minutes. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Third period on tap here at S&T Bank Arena. It is scoreless through the first 40 minutes. Now the Crimson Hawks top line with a different look. It was Kyle Ziemba playing up on the left wing on the opening draw. London out there from the blue line position to make the play. Maddox rear into the zone. Crimson Hawks getting started early. The net off its moorings there. The referee was on his way. It looked like he was going to put it back in place, but a whistle in store first as 15 seconds elapse from the third period.
Yeah, certainly some quick early momentum for the Crimson Hawks. Not the first two periods that we were expecting coming into this game. Certainly didn't see an 0-0 game at the start of the third. Of course, that's what holds. We're still waiting for the score sheet to be cracked by either side. So it looks like the ice might be a little cracked. Down here we see the officials working it out with some snow.
Yeah, the bone-chilling temperatures left Indiana for 2 days, and now the ice starting to melt. Must be a necessary evil.
And I think we're going to get back to some hockey. There we go.
That we will do. 15 seconds into the period, the Crimson Hawks already with some offensive pressure. Of course, it resulted in the net coming off, the reason for the most recent whistle. And no score to recap, like you said. Certainly not expected. No, we've referenced it a couple times, but the last time these two teams played, said 10 different scores on the board. 11-2 was the final victory in Erie. Now in Indiana, quite the different tune. Very low scoring through the first 40. In the slot, London comes away with possession. Robbed his man who was playing with the puck a little too long in the dangerous area. And Rarick behind the net trying to do some work as well. The puck cleared up high. So this faceoff will stay in the offensive zone as the next line will come out for IUP.
Yeah, we know these two teams definitely have some history. The last 4 matchups against these two conference rivals, the Hawks have walked away with all 4. Of course, this being the 5th game in the last 5 years that they've faced each other, looking for the 5th win as well. Of course, the Lakers trying to deter that.
Loza finds iron on his shot, and able to corral the puck afterward was Capozzi as he gloved that puck down behind his back.
It's the closest that puck has been to finding the back of the net. Of course, Capozzi with a sigh of relief. Great stop otherwise, but of course the Hawks with a little taste of some scoring. See if they can complete it here on this push.
After 28 shots, this is a first post for the Crimson Hawks. Well, that's been the only way they've been able to solve Capozzi, and of course, ringing off iron. 90 seconds into the period. Poked back in by Soy, trying to find Fairman behind the net, still looking for the opening score. Well, this way, the Lakers trying to move it up ice, gloved down by Soy in transition as he tries to keep it in front of him. It's sent behind the net, and back to collect it is Donovan. Moves it there, the puck comes out. Fairman moving up ice on the forehand, now on the backhand, looking towards the net, takes the shot, the rebound sitting there, but Miller wasn't able to poke it home. Instead it was to the corner. Now 2 minutes into the period. Poked free, taking it up ice is Ty. And on the short pass, it's cleared all the way down. Saylor will try to collect it, facing pressure from Trokey in front. Now it's Burkett with the puck. Short pass to find Adams. Send a bouncer in. Malloy trying to get to this puck. Glanced at a good job staying in the lane. Now this puck free in the high slot. Boker trying to poke that free. Unsuccessful. Malloy gets possession back. It's off of Adams' skate. So try to kick that one to his stick like he did earlier. This time unsuccessful. Up high. And that barely clipped a light up there, but it did affect the direction of the puck. And so another offensive zone draw for IUP.
And we see some of the strength in the defensive pairings for the Lakers. That top pair in Cameron Glantz. And of course the captain, John Hanlon. Alternate captain, that is. Standing tall, staying strong on the blue line. Of course, trying to push the puck down to their offensive zone, but the Hawks just relentless on this push.
Especially in the third period, those clears are not very easy to do up high in a moment. Of course, normally with a higher ceiling, it's not normally a problem, but it's definitely something that the Lakers haven't made an adjustment to, as it's cost them a couple defensive zone draws. They'll have another one here off the icing. Now 3 minutes into the period.
And we see 9 skating into that dot for the Hawks. Boker, a huge face-off winner. Of course, he was unable to connect on that one. He's still down low, battling for the puck.
Lloyd gloves one down in the slot, in position for the shot, and Adams collects the rebound, sending it wide. Now from the point, Hambling shot, deflects in front. It was a block by the defender, and Boker got the rebound on net. Adams looking for scraps afterwards as well. Sends his man to the ice, but doesn't get possession as it bounces at the red line. Back to the IUP zone. Ziemba has it here, taking it from Hambling. He'll send it back to his defensive partner. And a line change for IUP. Narrowly avoiding the skates of Jeffrey Boker as he was heading off ice. We saw the too many men called against the Lakers. Not a wise pass there by the member of the Hawks blue line. Now Caleb Hoffman into the offensive end. Moving right, tried to bring it back left, and he's bodied down to the ice and sent into the boards. Winsky wraps one behind the net. Caleb Hoffman fans on the pass attempt, but gets back to the puck, sending one down, intended for the deflection by Winsky moving in front. And Winsky couldn't pick up the puck behind the net. Wild in a tie up there. It's the Lakers getting possession in their own end. Now Ram will move it up ice. Well, Opresu with a clear into the Hawks zone. Set for Wild along the wing. In the faceoff dot, Soy will get possession back.
We saw some opportunities being created from that fourth line. Like always, Caleb Hoffman, Richard Wild connecting on this passes down low. Of course, nearing the end of their shift, but they're going to try and look to get one more push here.
Now out of the zone, the puck comes. Soy able to pick up that puck as the defender did not know where it was. Lucky for the Hawks. They did not have numbers the other way, so they will control it in their own end and finish that line change. Hawks have really been able to direct the pace of the game through plays like this. Alex Rearick taking that one all the way up ice from behind the net, but a turnover in the neutral zone goes the Lakers' way. It's sent into the middle. Now another one, that shot goes wide. The Lakers bench jumped up in celebration from their angle. It was a little bit closer than ours.
Yeah, just a golden opportunity for the Lakers. Hayden Cox, of course, was unable to connect cleanly on that open net. It's a rare sighting, of course, for Paremba. But, of course, a little puck luck Hawks are thankful for, as we said, the shot counter now sits 30-8. Certainly lopsided in favor for the Hawks. Almost was a 1-0 score there for the Lakers.
And that would have been, that just would have been crazy. As soon as the Crimson Hawks ellipse 30, and the Lakers yet to get 10 shots. They're still looking to keep up the offensive pressure, of course, and get something started. Sent into the zone. Hawks with possession back. Maddox Rearick after the turnover finds the glove. And the Hawks back at home with an offensive zone draw.
And certainly feeling at home, like you said. They've spent a lot of time this period and the game as well in their offensive zone, just unable to connect. Saw a little bit of that IQ from Maddox Rearick. Collected the puck off that weird pass. Noticed that Capozzi was a little out of position, threw the shot on, but he stood tall.
Hambling gets the pass at the point. The Crimson Hawks do not have a lot of space in the offensive zone. They are trying to make do with the passes that they can find, and right now they are on the money as Miller does a great job to skate out his man. Lozo for the one-timer. It's directed wide. Now Ziemba from the point, sends one down, it's blocked. His second opportunity, bounces into the slot, doesn't make it on net. And it'll come out of the zone. Barry hit by Ziemba, directed to the opposite corner. This way it comes. 13 and a half to go in the period now. Sent in on Paremba for a save. The stoppage with 13:31 to go. regulation. You got to have that asterisk on there in a 0-0 game. It's certainly exciting to watch from our perspective.
Yeah, like you said, we mentioned a little bit at the intermission, some fans heading out, which, a little question mark for us. Of course, a exhilarating game we're watching here, a goaltender's battle. Only 9 shots that Paremba has faced, but he's been there for the test of all 9, and 31 against Capozzi, and, of course, 31 saves.
From the corner, Lakers trying to get something started. It's off the boards, down the ice. Another icing. As their drive will have to wait until after this offensive zone draw. The clock in the arena took off a couple extra seconds there. 5 laps from the clock beforehand, so 13:01. It'll be 6 seconds total. An offensive zone draw, won by IUP. Malloy shifting into the middle, deflection by Boker in front, and that one's in. Jeffrey Boker opens the scoring. Not a moment too soon. 13 minutes left in the third, and IUP's up 1-0.
I mentioned it earlier, the Hawks down low in front of the goaltender. A lot of production from that spot. Of course, Jeffrey Boker being the last man to tap that puck in. Like you said, 1-0, the first goal of the game. A lot of production, a lot of traffic in front for the Hawks. But the goal will go for Jeffrey Boker.
Well, we received a warning from the rest of the team. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, and now he converts with a goal. So certainly not a recipe for success for the Lakers. Of course, the Crimson Hawks poke checking, forechecking, and just tight demeanor in the offensive zone finally converts into a 1-0 lead.
And we know Jeffrey Boker's been one of those depth guys for the Crimson Hawks. He just notched his 11th point of the season. 3 goals, 8 assists, that is. Of course, feeling good after that last one. Advance to score 1-0.
Now Malloy still out there on the ice, sends a bouncing puck in, and it'll be gloved down as he heads off for a line change. We'll get another look at the 4th Crimson Hawks line coming out here against now what could be a demoralized Lakers team, but it really comes down to this face-off here.
Yeah, exactly that. We know that the Crimson Hawks have been dominating on the face-off dot. Of course, they won that one there. Quick shot from Kayla Hoffman. Well, like you said, definitely a momentum shift, even though it feels like the momentum has been on this side of the ice the majority of the game. And that goal certainly solidifies it.
Yeah, backs it up on the scoreboard, but of course it's only one tally separating these two teams. And with 12 minutes left in the game, the Crimson Hawks defense, and well, that man there, Shane Paremba, needs to be on his money. Make sure the Crimson Hawks can come out from this tight matchup. Kept out of the zone there at the blue line as Hoffman tried to avoid the puck. Instead, it's cleared all the way down. It is icing against the Lakers. It's another offensive zone draw for IUP. It'll certainly help to take more time off the clock at the very least. Hoffman in the dot. Couldn't get that face-off win, but he catches up to the puck and gets possession behind the net. Delays enough for Wild to get in there with possession, and Hoffman gets it back there. Behind the net, he's double-teamed as well, or again, I should say. Wild trying to keep that in the zone. It finds its way out. Now 3 Lakers into the IUP zone. Drop back for Glantz, and the pass unsuccessful. IUP the other way. Hoffman and Winsky into the zone. Hoffman lost the puck, but gets back to it. Got it into the slot, and Soy's shot was directed onto the net. Also in the area was Winsky, as he was hungry for the rebound as well. But no dice. Crimson Hawks only with a 1-score lead.
And we saw Hoffman and Winsky, the 2 men that were streaking down the ice, mishandled the puck a little bit by Hoffman. Immediately looked up, scanned his options, or saw the man streaking down into the slot. Was unable to connect cleanly on that. Of course, we'll see the offensive zone draw, another face-off win.
Yeah, you could say it was a little bit of a misstep in that drive, but I think the Crimson Hawks have really excelled at that second opportunity chance. And so many times they've tried to go along the wings, and the Lakers have done a great job at not letting the forwards around, which is very contrast to what we saw earlier in the year from them, as they have played a much more physical style of game, as we saw evident on that last faceoff. Rierick with a pass into the slot, looking for Maddox. Rierick sitting there.
Yeah, there was that second opportunity you were just talking about there. You said the defenseman doing a great job closing in on that first opportunity. But the Hawks, of course, controlling the puck after the first opportunity and keeping eyes open for the second.
Rierick with a nice transition play to find Rierick. Jace Rierick getting it to Trent London, who scores, putting it home on the rush. The right winger into the zone. And that's 2 goals for the Crimson Hawks in an otherwise scoreless game.
And we know those two have a special connection. Trent London and Jace Rierick, of course, streaking down. Trent London notching his 10th goal of the season, 16 points. Another depth scorer at that. We know he has the scoring ability. Had 1 point last weekend against the Oswego State Lakers, and he'll notch another one here against the Mercyhurst Lakers.
A tale of 2 lakes. Of course, last weekend unsuccessful. Now this weekend trying to kick it off with their second matchup against the Lakers. They are out to a 2-0 lead. Ambling with a backhander into the zone. And he takes down his man behind the play. I don't know who initiated that contact. The camera for sure saw it. And the man is still down behind the play. Mariners just getting to his feet and off the ice. Now Fairman in the slot sends one over top. We reach the halfway point of this period with 10 minutes remaining in regulation.
Like you said, a big hit on the goal line. Mariner on the receiving end of it. He's still in some pain on the bench over there. Regardless, Hawks still relentless in the offensive zone. Top line out now, Loza, Miller, and Fairman. Ty Burkett and Evan Sala, the pair, defending this Hawks blue line.
Burkett at the point, gets it down to Fairman. He lets it go for Miller, cycles this way, and move it back out to the point. Burkett with some space, gets the shot onto Fairman's stick. Until Burkett, we saw earlier in the second period, now again he's looking for that passing option right next to the net. I think it could result in a good success rate. This pass into the middle, unsuccessful, sent back the other way. Ty trying to catch up to the puck. It's Burkett with possession instead. And Burkett getting things moving, trying to get the puck up this way, and he does get to the rebound from the collision that prevented it at first. Loza chases it into the zone, comes free to Fairman. Hunter Fairman puts it on the backhand, stays on the edge. Now a backhander this way as he tried to find Loza, the left-handed stick handler, unable to corral the puck. Miller gets it back out to the point. Donovan looking for the opportunity. Fairman almost with a deflection and a wide open net, swatted at by Loza, but no success. Now Soy back to Miller, who will take it out of the blue line and dump one into the zone. Of course, onside. 8:40 to go in the third. Flex wide. Paremba will send one up ice. And Malloy will try to corral this one. Still goes into the Lakers zone.
It seems like ever since that first goal, the Lakers have been silent in their own offensive zone. So as if the momentum was not on this side of the ice already, it certainly has pushed its way all the way over. Hawks looking to notch one more, a little insurance goal. Of course, they're happy with the 2-goal lead that they have here. Third line out for the Hawks, Boker, Malloy, and Adams.
This line, who already converted with one this game, trying to get the face-off win, and Malloy does catch up to the puck. From the dot, Ziemba takes the shot, finds the glove of the netminder. Capozzi had to face that one, staring down the barrel, and he got the glove up there for that save. Certainly still an impressive night, as that's now 37 shots for the Hawks.
Yeah, certainly Capozzi doing his part for the Lakers squad. 37 saves, 37 shots, I should say, 35 saves. Of course, not getting much help from his forwards. He's doing his part.
Zone ends, glance with a backhander. Find a man streaking into the zone, and instead it finds the glove of Paremba for another save. This time an offensive zone draw for the Lakers as they get a new line out there. And certainly have to be dogged after several back-to-back icings. So fresh legs out there, also including Reed Mariner. We saw that huge collision with him and Hambling. You can see his frame on camera, the man in the face-off dot. He's certainly a big body. As he gets there, try to get that shot off the rebound from Paremba. This time, he does not give up the rebound. And another stoppage.
And of course, the majority of Mercyhurst goals this season, along with the Hawks, happen in close. But the Crimson Hawks defenseman doing a great job clearing that traffic out from in front, allowing Paremba to have that clear view of whatever shot that is taken. And we see a little bit more of it there.
Face-off won by IUP, cleared down. They're going to say it was off a Laker. So we play on. As Glantz has it behind the net, he's hassled. Has to get on the move. Instead taking it is Hanlon. Hanlon up the left wing. And that big frame going as he gets it into the zone. All the way down to Paremba, who settles it for the defenseman, Burkett. Up ice. Gets it to Wild. His pass redirected into the Hawks' end. Dixon stepping up, trying to make a play. Couldn't get there in time. Now from the offensive side of the red line. Wow, really screwed that one up. Of course, the Lakers getting it all the way into the zone. And Hawks starting things off from their own end, as they have multiple times tonight, with a lot more success this third period. Now, a player down behind the play. Involved with him is Caleb Hoffman of the Hawks. So the late collision results in a whistle. And I think Hoffman's going to stay out there. He shakes his head. I don't know if saying that the whistle was a little too premature. But the man down on the ice, he can't risk anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there on the boards. Nobody stood up. Looked like maybe an equipment malfunction for Caleb Hoffman or something. I'm not exactly sure. Otherwise, we're back to play here.
See Winsky taking that huge hit, but he still got that puck loose as he follows it up with a huge hit behind the boards. Received, also keeping the play alive. Now Burkett gives it off to Wild. Only 3 men in the offensive zone as the rest off on a line change. As it comes back to Maddox Rearick, who fires one to Winsky, and he'll clear it the rest of the way to finish the line change. Back into the middle. Ty able to kick that to his stick. Dangerous play, but he's able to make it. Unable to get the pass off, though, as it's sent to the right side, and Rearick chasing that puck as it is cleared out of the zone with just over 6 minutes in the third period. A 2-0 game. Both goals coming within minutes in this third period.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of momentum still pushing this way for the Hawks. Lakers looking for an answer to break out against that strong defensive pair, Sean Donovan and Zach Soy. Those two very mature, very skilled defensemen at that. Just unable to find an answer.
Rearick in the face-off dot, unable to get this one, but he catches up to the puck and gets possession back. A close-in shot, and that was disgusting. Chase Rearick, take a bow. What did he even see there? I don't even know how it made it past, but he saw that tight window, and Chase Rearick makes it a 3-0 game.
What a goal from 2-5. We've seen him target that spot numerous times this season from that exact angle. Of course, he's been unsuccessful so far. There's a quick stick right off the toe of it. Right over top of the right shoulder of Capozzi. Found the back of the net. 3-0 now the score. 39-10 on the shot counter. Of course, now the momentum flooding the Lakers.
Yeah, like you said, 39-10. It has been dominant in this third period. The Hawks started to figure it out. And saying goes, when it rains, it pours. Crimson Hawks offense trying to pour it on here. Now it's Miller stepping inside, gets it to open ice, and Fairman catches up to the puck. It deflected, or at least I thought it did on its way to the net. It did not. It's gloved down instead by Capozzi. Despite giving up 3, he still has over a 900 save percentage on the night. Certainly not something to shake your head at. Face off one. Kaposi out to play that puck. And he did it successfully in getting the Lakers up ice. As now it's all the way back for Ziemba to control behind the net. And Miller will find Fairman moving this way. Trying to get into the zone, lost an edge with a skate in the area. Kaposi just took a huge shot off the mask and immediately went down.
Scary sight here.
Kaposi is moving in the crease right now.
The trainer being escorted out. This was a hard shot off the stick of Loza, right off the mask. Posey standing up on his own now, which is a great sight.
Well, add that save to his already significant night. He has faced a ton of pressure. He's been up to the challenge. Certainly a scary play there right off the shot. Posey is up on one knee, too. Talking with the emergency personnel on how to proceed. He's up on his skates now. As both teams will wander towards the benches and figure out what to do for the remaining 5:07 in this game. Kaposi will come out. Certainly the right call as his night ends with 37 saves. Certainly impressive for number 37.
Like you said, a fantastic night. Now the Hawks lead 3-0. Like you said, 37 saves, 40 shots faced. Those were no 37 easy shots either. A lot of angles in tight. You see, Connor Bridges is going to be the relief man for the Lakers heading into the net.
Now, Bridges saw a ton of action in the last matchup between these two teams. He didn't play the full game, but he did see action against the Hawks as he returns to the crease.
He's certainly faced some adversity this season, and in and out between their Division II program. And of course, 2-3-1 record at the D1 level, an .879 save percentage. So looks to, of course, raise that a little bit here in the remaining 5 minutes.
Puck comes free. It's directed to the far side by the Lakers defense, but it was Kyle Ziemba for the Hawks coming away with possession. And gets it to Malloy, back to Boker. Now along the far boards, it's bounced through the neutral zone. Ziemba corrals and clears it all the way down in on Bridges. Bridges saw 20 minutes of ice time against the Hawks. Had 17 shots faced, saved 15 of them. And now some offensive pressure to deal with here as Malloy directed it wide of the net. 4.5 to go in the period. Sent back into the slot, cleared up ice, and he nearly had some open ice, but kneeled just on the wrong bounce of the puck. It'd be good to be lucky, but lucky to be good. That saying standing true on that play.
And we heard the Hawks coaching staff, of course, exclaiming about the open man down in the neutral zone. Of course, like you said, a little bit of puck luck. Let that puck head up wayward. And we're back to regular play.
Bounce back into the IUP zone. Now Winsky trying to move it up ice, trying to spring Wild on the left wing, and well, Wild will get to the puck, but it's a tie-up along the boards. 2 Lakers in the area as well. As now a frenzy has begun. 5 men in the area. Finally, the Lakers come away with the puck. As into the zone, and well, losing a stick was Hoffman. Twig blew up on that play as a man fell into it. Now with the new stick from the bench, Hoffman sends it to the defenseman on this side of the ice. He's taken down the blue line, and Winsky will clear it the rest of the way. We haven't had a penalty called since the first period. The Crimson Hawks were unsuccessful on their power play attempts. Winsky gets it to Maddox Rearick as he catches up to it and directs it back into the corner, right on the tail end of his shift. Smart play by the forward. Winsky also causing some issues, and it'll pause the attack for just a little bit. Stretch pass sent down, icing against the Lakers.
2:46 to go. Like you said, the only penalties assessed of the game, like you said, in the first period. We know the last time these two teams faced, of course, that game was penalty ridden, and that was one of the only storylines for that game. Of course, it's been IUP through and through in this one. Offense from the start.
Shot sailed high over the mask of Bridges. And didn't have to make a save on that one. Donovan now behind the net. He is tied up, but fights through the contact to get that puck free. Rearick sending it as far as the blue line before it's kicked back in. 4-10 the shots are now, as they have remained since Bridges entered. But Rearick trying to change that. He gets one down low, and a stick save by Bridges. Cleared back out to Soy at the red line. Now London finding Rearick moving this way. It's Maddox Rearick picking up the puck, giving it to London, and it deflects in on goal. Luckily, Bridges there to make a save, but that 5-hole was wide open, and I think you and I had the same idea.
Yeah, we've seen Trent London connect on that rocket of a 1-T from that left face-off circle. Of course, he took it there. A lot of open net, you could say, that puck was bound for. But, of course, Bridges corralled it, and the score stands 3-0.
2 minutes in the third. Crimson Hawks looking at closing this one out. Another deflected shot. This time a closer deflection, but Bridges up to the challenge. And he's able to get in front of that one. And it was a close game at the beginning of the third. Crimson Hawks got one, and it still felt a little close. But since then, they've really started to pull away, and now in the latter stages of this period, they continue to dictate control of play. Siemba batting for that puck. Said it's Miller coming away with possession, gets it to Loza in open ice. Has the shot, he takes it. With a man screening the netminder in front. 15 seconds since the last whistle. 1:39 to go in the game.
We'll take a look at the upcoming schedules for both squads. Tomorrow night, the Mercyhurst Lakers head to Ohio and take on the Kent State Golden Flashes. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, the Crimson Hawks will head towards the city of Pittsburgh and face the Duquesne Dukes in their home barn tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Certainly looking forward to the upcoming divisional games and just how passionate these teams will play heading into the stretch. And of course, the CHMA playoffs that come near midway parts of February. IUP in their own zone. Very pedestrian approach as they look at the final 75 still up on the board. Now possession in the corner goes the Crimson Hawks' favor, and Fairman will move it up ice. Cuts it back to the outside, now on the right wing. Has Loza in the middle. He leaves it for Miller, who takes his man down to the ice. Now it's a one-on-one at the red line. Two more showing up to play, one on each side. 50 seconds left. Back across to the far side of the ice. Fairman bursts through, trying to get an edge here. He does have separation. Gets it to Shane Miller, who scores! Hunter Fairman, hats off to you, and Shane Miller with the finish. The Crimson Hawks up 4-0.
Like you said, Hunter Fairman kick-starting that play, shrugging a few men off, finding Shane Miller all alone. Dances one-on-one, completes the move behind Connor Bridges. 4-0 to score. 44-10 the shot counter currently holds. Certainly a flood of offensive pressure that was broken loose from that initial goal from Jeffrey Boker.
Like you said, the momentum has finally gone the Crimson Hawks' way. It took them a few periods. 4 goals in this third period spelled the end of this matchup. 20 seconds to go in the period. Now in the other corner, the Lakers moving up ice. Off the boards, hit there by Burkett, and he clears it the rest of the way into the zone with 5 seconds to go. Back in S&T Bank Arena, putting the double O's in Moose. Paremba with the shutout as he's able to stop all 10 shots that came his way. Certainly not too impressive as far as the Lakers' offensive output, but the Crimson Hawks' offensive output finally found their groove in the third.
Like you said, the Crimson Hawks complete the series sweep against the Lakers 2-0. Of course, I'll be happy skating out of this one 4-0. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll take a look here at the 3 stars of the night. And personally, I don't always give it to the opposing team. It takes a lot for us to recognize that, but I'm going to give the 3rd star here to the starting goaltender, Nicholas Capozzi. Stood on his head doing his part for the Mercyhurst Lakers. Of course, did not walk away with the win, but had a fantastic night. 2nd star is going to go to Jace Rurik, the goal and an assist. Of course, we know he can stat those points like usual. And the 1st star we're going to give to Jeffrey Boker with the game-winning goal, the first initial score to break the tie. And, of course, like I said, the game-winning goal, 1st star, Jeffrey Boker.
And the Crimson Hawks back in action at home, giving the salute to their fans as both teams will head to their locker rooms as they complete the season series between these two teams. So for the IUP Hockey YouTube channel, we thank you for joining us for this broadcast of the Mercyhurst Lakers at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks. With Brianna Bland on camera and Josh Yates next to me on color, I'm Alex Donaldson saying good night, Roll Hawks. We'll see you tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock as the Hawks take on